it was amazing. I was like, yo, do you want to come over? I'll make guac and chips and we'll drink and then we'll go out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Big Dane podcast. How was your weekend? It was Valentine's Day. Who has a Valentine? You don't? That's okay. Been there, done that. Yeah. But if you do, it is kind of nice just to spend some time with your significant other, husband, wife, whoever, or even maybe your pet. It's all good. Doesn't matter. But yeah, just wanted to give some updates, and also I hope you guys enjoyed the giveaway that was just going on. I think just from gathering some observations that I don't think everyone really knows a lot about CBD and its potential benefits, and think it's straight marijuana when that's not how it works. But all good. I do want to have a dedicated episode just for that, just to educate people a little bit more. So yeah, just wanted to share that quickly with y'all. But I did want to give you an update. So the last episode, how I was really struggling to remember the name of the dating app that had the fish in it, and I was like, what the heck is it called? And so I finally remembered what it was, and it was called Plenty of Fish. Yeah, that one. So I don't know if anyone is on that or what, if it's still out there, who knows. So that was that. And I was taking a walk, and yeah, it's winter, but the chickens are out. I saw them. I actually saw, they were probably about 10 feet away. It actually scared me a little bit. So yeah, I was like, oh God, who's that? And here are two chickens just hanging out. But yeah, that was right here in Conchi. So fun stuff. And then the whole low FODMAP elimination diet. So I'm finally at the point where I'm reintroducing everything, and spoke with my dietitian, and she really specializes in all the IBS and IBS patients. So I first had asked, I was like, so I've been eliminating alcohol this entire time, just, because that's what she recommended too. And I thought, you know what? Sure, let's do it, right? So she said, if you could do that for the first part, do it. Okay, great. Did it, done. And then I said, what can I have now? What kind of alcohol or whatever? Just because, just, you just miss just a glass of wine, or beer or something. Ugh, water and tea and hot chocolate gets old. Yeah. Yeah, so she said that I can, stick to, well, basically just any low FODMAP drinks. FODMAP every day. They have a whole website and great recipes and cocktails and things like that. But just for general stuff with not even mixers and this, that, because I don't really care about that. But I could do a glass of red wine or a glass of white. Now, for the white and reds, I can't be doing any dessert wines, of course. Not that I buy that anyway, but that's higher in sugar, and that would be in that fructose category, which I it's part of the reintroduction phase. So haven't obviously done that part yet. So yeah, like drier stuff, like I like anyway. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But, I have to stick to like 5 ounces. I was like measuring out 5 ounces of wine just to see, because like what I think of what 5 ounces is probably is like more, especially some of our glasses that we have. Like I have like a stemless set and it has the mustaches on it, and those are pretty like large glasses. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be pouring in there because I'll definitely like pour like more than half the glass or something. So I got like some of our smaller ones out to make it feel like I'm drinking more and tricking my mind. But yeah, so I mean 5 ounces really isn't a lot, guys. Yeah, so I could do like 1 to 2. Definitely gonna watch that. I don't want to do too much all at once and then like really like screw myself over. So on Thursday I had a glass of wine, glass of red. Oh my gosh, it tasted so delicious. Like you would have thought I was like drinking gold. Like that's how good, like, wow, this is like heaven right now. So anyway, yeah, because the last time I had anything to drink was New Year's Eve. Like, hello. So yeah, so I'm glad I can like start, having a little bit of that. And so now I'm reintroducing the lactose. So we'll see. We will see. It's interesting because I actually used to be lactose intolerant. Yeah. Well, up until when I was 5. So then I grew out of it. And here we are. So, and, I've had it throughout, the rest of my life. But so yeah, so it'll be interesting. I feel like it's not going to be an issue, but we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, we're going to get into it today. We're going to chat about the Valentine's Day. Yeah. Just want to do something a little fun and like, just chat about a holiday. We're going to do some fun facts and just some cool stuff, what I, have done in the past too or whatever. So here we go. So now I was looking at 2 articles. One was from history.com and another was from Good Housekeeping. Yeah. So, one thing that came to mind was like, man, I wonder how much money like we all spend on Valentine's Day. And sure, yeah, some of us like really don't care or do something small, but some others, they really go large, they go big or they go home. So what I was looking at, and this was on Statista, I feel like I'm saying it like in Spanish, or Statista, stats. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they were saying that the U.S. was expected to reach $22 billion in 2021. Billion. Yeah. That's a lot. But this is actually a decrease, guys. Oh my God. I know. A decrease of $6 billion compared to 2020. But, that totally makes sense because, last year it was right before everyone really knew what was happening. And now here we are still getting through the pandemic. So, people aren't going out and, staying in. Sure, you're going to get your takeout, but it's not going to, be like so expensive or, like it would be if you're really like going out to a fancy restaurant, all that jazz. You're getting like multiple bottles of wine. Say multiple bottles, it's only 2 of you. But hey, you don't know. You never know. Maybe you're just doing it up. But yeah, so pretty interesting there. It's still a lot of money though. So I wonder if people simple, or maybe, do something simple, but then maybe like splurge for like a nice gift or something like that. Who knows? Um, so, okay, here's something else for you guys. Did you know that Saint Valentine just wasn't one person? Yeah, I know. Twins. No, I'm kidding. Not twins. But there's a theory, and this was from history.com, that there are at least two men with the names of Valentine that could have inspired the holiday. So, and this was including one that was a priest in the 3rd century in Rome. And apparently this guy, he was illegally marrying couples in the spirit of love. Ha! Go figure, right? And so there's that, right? And then there's another theory that this other Valentine was killed for attempting to help Christians escape prison in Rome. And he had sent the first Valentine message while he was in prison, writing a letter signed from your Valentine. So that's how all that became about. You think of all the Valentine cards that you exchange with one another, or back when you were like a kid and all that. But I don't know. I mean, who do you think it was? Do you think it was this guy, or do you think it was the other guy, like illegally marrying people? I don't know. Maybe it is just a long lost twin. I don't know. And yeah, so then I was like curious about when it like really became a holiday. So it was back in the 1300s when it officially became a holiday associated with love. And the tradition there started from a common belief in France and England, because they figured, the birds are starting their mating season, and that's beginning on February 14th. Why such a specific date? I don't know. But that was, England and France. But for the US, it was the 1800s. I mean, either way, it's like such a long time ago that you think, this holiday has been around for something I feel like, people even overlook. Like if people don't really care. So just kind of interesting. How about the candy hearts? You know what I'm talking about? Like the little candies, they're all different colors. Sometimes they come in like large packages. Others are like, maybe like, I was about to say it like bite size. That's not what I meant. The little like sample size, little like snack pack size, right? With all the messages. And I mean, one question that actually comes to mind, which I didn't read about, but it's like, well, who comes up with these messages? Like, who like is kind of like behind the scenes and saying like, yo, this green one that's gonna say like, I love you, like this pink one is gonna say nuts about you, or stupid stuff. But like the actual number of how many are manufactured each year, are you ready for this? 8 billion. So many billions in this episode. 8 billion conversation hearts are manufactured each year. How crazy is that? It's funny because, I feel like it's just one of those candies where, again, I feel like not many people like, and I'm always like that person that does like it, kind of like with the candy corn. But I told him like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get the candy hearts, and the messages too, it makes it more fun. Like it makes you like want to buy it because like, well, what's the message say? It's kind of like a fortune cookie. Like okay, guys, so that's like one thing I actually don't like that much, are the fortune cookies. They just don't taste that great, but I'm like, I just want to see what the message is. So just another reason for people to buy the candy and kind of enjoy it and just kind of shake things up. And think it would be cool if, what if you put it in like little, like some kind of like egg, kind of like an Easter egg hunt, but like a Valentine Day hunt, and put the little messages in. So then when your significant other, whoever opens it, it's like, ah, a little message. Because like, how else would you? What else are you gonna put it in? That's like something like that, like a pill case, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's your message for Monday. Here's your message for Tuesday. It's kind of boring. So gotta shake things up. And then I would say, like, because it's not like packaged individually, because that would just be insane. What are you gonna like put it behind like the coffee pot? Like, ew, then like a month later it's gonna be like disgusting. And your significant other is not gonna find it. And now you have all these like moldy spots like around the house. And who wants that? No one. Okay. But the interesting thing here, guys, is the candy hearts, they started out as lozenges. Bah, 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 bah. Yeah. So it was actually a pharmacist, okay, an inventor. His name was Oliver James. He had created a machine because he was getting to the point. He's like, all right, I'm done with pharmacy. Like, fuck this shit. There's all this medicine. People want their medicine. I don't understand this. And he's like, I need to make a candy machine because people love candy. Yeah. So right as he was like switching it and, switching it to the candy machine, he figured out like, okay, like let's start making these candy hearts. And later down the road, it was known as the Necco wafers. You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of looks like a tube, but it almost looks like coins, like maybe like the size of a quarter. But they're all different colors. Like what? It's the candy that no one buys, is what I'm saying. So yeah. So it later had turned into that, which is kind of funny. But as far as the messages themselves and printing the messages on the candy hearts, do you know who came up with it? Wasn't Oliver. No. It was his brother. Whoa. Yeah. So, like, all of that, like, just to put into a little bit of perspective for you, that was back in 1866. So, many, many moons ago. Yeah. So how cool is that, the candy hearts? And then I can't forget, of course, the box of chocolates. Oh my gosh, I was buying chocolate today. Like, hello. And that tradition started in the 19th century by Richard Cadbury. I think we all know who Richard Cadbury is. Yeah. Wealthy British manufacturer family. He does like all the Cadbury eggs that I'm obsessed with, like the Cadbury like egg, the cream egg. Oh my god, like Easter rolls around, I'm like shoveling like all these eggs like into like my shopping cart. It's just so good. But anyway, he had started this, and it started out actually with a new technique that they were doing. They were trying to develop some, different varieties and of chocolates. And he thought, hey, you know what? Valentine's Day is coming up. I think it is a perfect opportunity to sell these chocolates for the holiday. Because, you think about it, you get the box of chocolates. It's not just all one flavor. It's a variety. Like genius. Yeah, totally. And I don't know, I feel like I always remember like getting, chocolates all the time, as a kid and growing up and all that. I always loved it. Like, I'm like, ooh, like I loved when the companies would put like which chocolate is what, because then I'm like, well, if I don't like cherry in it or, certain ones, I'm like, then I know like to avoid it. And then the cases where they don't do that, now I'm like biting like each chocolate, like is this good? Oh, yeah, this one is good. And then I get to the next one, oh, not so good. And then the next one, oh, all right. And then the next one, no. So just kind of funny with that. But I really enjoyed how, the companies would always like lay it out for you and say like, this like long piece of dark chocolate and the nougat and this and that. It's just like, oh my God, I'm like, mouth is like watering right now. I do also love, Matt and I get them kind of like on special occasions, the Asher's chocolate covered pretzels. I know. Who else got them? Did anyone else? What we also got too, and this was actually Matt's idea, and then I'm glad I like was on my Instagram and just scrolling through. So just up the street here in Conchi, Pretty Tasty Cupcakes, they were selling the chocolate covered strawberries. Yeah, because we were originally going to go to Wegmans. That's what we'd been doing for the past like 2 years. And Matt's like, oh, I wonder, maybe like Pretty Tasty Cupcakes has it. And I hadn't gone in there like when he got the stuff for my birthday. He had gone in, so I didn't really know like what it looked like inside. And on their website, they didn't have anything, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then sure enough, I'm scrolling through, boom, I see the chocolate covered strawberries being advertised. I'm like, oh my God, we have to do this. Like, let me support local, feel good, just give each other a pat on the back. So it was all good and fun. How about anyone else? Like, do you guys look forward to the box of chocolates, the candy hearts? I mean, the Asher chocolates? What is it? I'm trying to think of anything else that, I've gotten in the past or, as far as candy. Really all come, well, now I'm sure there's probably like a heart, like bath bomb. Excuse me, I'm sure there's like a heart chocolate bomb, right? Because that has been trending like crazy. So I'm sure there's something out there. But love to hear yours. And just wanted to share some fun memories. So last year, Matt and we went down to Max Brenner's in Center City. If you haven't gone, you have to go. And like, sure, like maybe like right now, obviously it still isn't good, but wait it out. I don't even know if they're doing like takeout or what, but it was so good. It was amazing. And we actually had dinner there because we were going to stay out. And so we figured like, well, can't just like eat dessert here. Like we actually like have to eat dinner. We got like pizza and wings, and it was actually good. Like I wasn't sure just because like, Max Brenner's, the specialty there obviously is chocolate. And so when you have such a huge specialty like that, the other focuses aren't always that good. But I was pleasantly surprised that the pizza we had, I think it was like a pesto, and then we had some like pretty good ass wings that, hey, you might want to check it out. And the dessert, it came in this, we shared just because it was like so much. I probably would have had like a stomach ache. It was real pretty. It was like layered, and it was s'mores, and it was just so freaking good. So good. Like, could tell like all the quality of ingredients are there, and just like every bite, I thought, holy shit. Like, why haven't I been here before? So I don't know. Maybe like we'll be able to go there next year and kind of make it like a tradition or something like that. So definitely recommend if you haven't been. And then I remember one of the years, this was probably like 2015 when I first had lived here in Conchi, and my friend Sam and she came over because she was single at the time. I was single, and we were just each other's Valentines. And she came over, made this like shit ton of guac. It was amazing. I was like, yo, do you want to come over? I'll make guac and chips, and we'll drink, and then we'll go out. This was the conversation. I mean, who doesn't love a good guac? And I made it from scratch, and it was just so fun and relaxed, chilled, had such a fun night. And I do remember it had just snowed, and I think it was even snowing that night, and I like kind of slipped on the way there, but it's totally fine. And went to Gap and hung out. And when I mean Gap, I mean Great American Pub. If people are wondering, you went to the clothing store? Like, no. So always loved that. I think that made it more fun, when you were just like with like a best friend, like on Valentine's Day or like leading up to Valentine's Day, if your other like friends had significant others, and like just kind of have some quality time. So it was lots of fun. But now just to take you like way back. So I remember back in elementary school, and I would always be so excited to go out to the grocery store with my mom, and we'd pick out the Valentine's Day cards, and it was just like so fun to look at. Like you'd see like your favorite cartoons in there, like, oh my God, like these are great, like so funny. And I remember the one year I gave out The Simpsons. Yeah. I was obsessed with The Simpsons, and I remember this one, like, I think there was like some with Bart on it that I didn't give out because I'm like, this is like too like romantic, and I'm like in elementary school, I'm probably like 11 years old, like I'm not giving this to like anyone. So I just like put a stash to the side because it like made me feel uncomfortable, because I'm like, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea here, like I'm like this tough tomboy chick, so that I just remember, like, yeah, I think it may have like showed his butt or something too, that it's like, all right, like I'm not gonna be sending that out to anyone, so just keep it here in the house. Maybe I'll show my cat, but yeah. So anywho, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Whatever you did, if you didn't do anything, that's great. Like, everything is just great. All right. So be sure to listen to this on the BigDanePodcast.com/podcast. Okay, so if you just stay there on the site, you thought of something that crossed your mind that you didn't get a chance to ask me, just go to the contact section, people, and go there, send me a note. It'll be great. I'll receive it and answer any questions you may have, okay? Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram for all the cool and fun updates. And I've been updating, all right, my coffee account. And guys, this is the kind of like, latest and greatest content that is not a part of Instagram and Facebook. So go on over to there, and remember that icon, that link is on my website, so you'll see it on the home page there at the very top. So go ahead, have a little click on the little coffee cup and see what you find out. Something is, in the works that you might want to see. All right. So hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking about Valentine's Day and all these like fun facts I didn't realize. And I think it's always fun to just, take a little like a deeper dive onto some things that people overlook, and now you walk away with some great facts and you'll be ready for your next trivia. All right, so enjoy the rest of the week. I will talk to you later. Peace out.